guys, this is your boy sabzaQ from STC. As you can see guys, I'm about to break down NAS 100 into pieces and show you how some of the things we're doing here. So guys, as you can see that we have the rising channel on our screen here, and then a channel is confirmed by 2 or more touches. As you can see that we had our first touch here, our second touch on our resistant trend line, and on our supporting trend line we had a first touch, second touch, and a third touch. And then you can say that this is a big correction if we take a look on our bigger structure, but then we won't go there now because we're focusing more on our 4-hour time frame. As you can see that we are having a structure here, which if you can take a deep look into it, you can see that this is our head and shoulder. This is our head and shoulder, guys, as I've highlighted here. If you can take a deep look into this structure, guys, you can see that this is our head and shoulder, confirming that we have our neckline here. This is our neckline, and then the right shoulder is outside the channel, guys. This is a very strong confirmation that the market is more likely to sell. Yes, it's more likely to sell. If you can see, guys, a rising channel, and then containing another pattern inside it, which is a head and shoulder, and then you see your right shoulder outside the channel. It's a strong confirmation that the market is about to shoot into our support. As you can see here, it happened, guys. It's not a guesswork. It's what been happening before. It's what happening now, and it's what gonna happen in the future. As long as you keep on analyzing your charts, keep on doing your work, you can see, guys, this is something that will happen every day. So guys, if I were to take my trade, I was going to wait for this retest here. This is some sort of a retest. Our right shoulder, I can call it a retest, and then I can put my positions like this just to show you how I was going to take the trade, and then look for my left hand side and check for zones which are more visible. This is a 4-hour time frame. I won't risk more because like my risk management must be proper risk management. As you can see, guys, this is how I was gonna trade my Nasdaq. I was gonna target it like this because I know if a market gives you a 10 or a zone that is strong, you have to take note of that zone. As you can see here, the market was here, it turned back, it came, it turned back, and then it came again and turned back. So like I was aware that this zone, it's a strong zone. The market is more likely to take action again on that zone. So that's why I was gonna target my trade to this zone here, Let me be accurate, to this zone here. So as you can see, guys, this is what I could have been doing, or I could have done here on NAS 100. So like I will clear this chart, and then we'll move to another channel here, because there are many things that we can take note here. As you can see that this is our support. This is our support. Sorry about that. This is our support, and then I'm gonna put my trend line here. This is my resistant trend line. I'm gonna clone it, and then this is my resistant trend line. This is my resistant trend line. Accuracy, guys. Accuracy is very important. As you can see that, guys, we're having another trend here. What am I supposed to do when I meet such thing in forex trading? Okay, guys, I will simply look for my corrections. If ever the market gave me corrections, I'm not manipulating, guys, but then I'm doing what's helping me to understand the movement of the market at that time. As you can see, I'm highlighting this as my correction. I'm coming back again. I'm highlighting this as my correction. You will see, guys, this thing will help me to understand where was the market moving to. Highlighting this as my correction. There are many corrections here, guys, but then I will not highlight everything that I'm seeing here on my screen. But then I will have my last correction, which is this small correction here. It may seem funny, but then it's helpful. It's helpful. Okay, guys, I'm done marking my corrections. I'll zoom on my chart, and then I'll mark some few zones here. This is a zone. Okay, let me start it from here, from my previous zone, and then I'll do it again even here. Okay, guys, as you can see, this is something that we have to talk about. We had a touch here on our resistance trend line, second touch, and then we had this some sort of a fake out, breakout touch as our third touch, and then we had this fourth touch here. Guys, you must be aware by this time that this zone is a very strong zone. It cannot be broken and be just left easily. So, guys, this zone was a very strong zone. I can even show you on my supporting trend line. You can see it's a touch. It's a touch here, and then the market, our last touch was on our support, as you can see. So, guys, what do all these places that I've highlighted mean? They mean that on our first touch, this first touch was to show you that every time when the market gets into our resistance trend line, it shoots down depending on which zone must it respect. Excuse me about that. Depending on which zone must it respect. Okay, guys, as you can see that on our previous trend, this was a head and shoulder, and then this correction was our retest to the channel on our previous channel. Okay, guys, it gave us a second touch, and then it moved impulsively, then it corrected impulsively, so on and so on. Then we got our touch here on our supporting trend line. This supporting trend line, first touch, the second touch, it was symbolizing that the market is more likely to move to our resistance trend line for momentum. I can say that it was gaining momentum correctively. As you can see, it was gaining momentum. On the other hand, the market was retesting this level that was broken and never tested. Yes, it was breaking this level that was never tested here. As you can see that it broke, and then it went to our supporting trend line, but then it never retested this place, this zone. Excuse me for that. It never respected that zone. So it came to gain momentum here. On the other side, it was retesting. After gaining momentum, there is this thing, guys, I'm about to show you. Okay, guys, if you see such thing when you are trading NASDAQ, USD, or German 30, you have to take note that if you get a correction, this is our correction. This is our correction. As you can see that this is our correction. Let me use this to show you some of the things. This is our correction here. The market was correcting. It was getting momentum. It was retesting. You can see that you almost have 3 confirmations on one trend, guys. Come on, this was an obvious sell here. Everybody saw that this was our sell. Okay, guys, what do you do when you meet such things in forex trading? Let me show you. Okay, the market gave me a dead touch on my resistance trend line here. Okay, I take note of that. The market was retesting this level. I'm also taking note of that, guys. Every time when you are trading a correction, your target must be at the beginning of the correction. Yes, it must be at the beginning of our correction. That must be your first target, regardless of how the structure looks like. Excuse me. Regardless of how the structure looks like. But then you have to put your first take profit at the beginning of your correction. That's it, guys. As you can see here, I've highlighted it. I've put my position at the my TP was at the beginning of my correction. This is where the correction started. I'll show you again on this scenario here. The market broke here, broke this level beginning of our correction, but then it didn't retest the level same time. But then it decided to correct first before retesting. But then in this scenario, I think the market retested twice. The second retest was showing us, guys, that the market is gaining more momentum. As you can see, the third touch was on this resistance trend line and on our small structure, and the second touch was on our resistance trend line on the inside the I'm sorry for that, inside the bigger structure. We have this small structure and the bigger structure. Guys, we have two confirmation that the market is more likely to shoot to our support. As it shot to our support, it was pretty obvious that the market was about to shoot to our support, regardless of the news and everything. It's not like I'm saying news don't work, but then using your price action, your technical trading, you can easily trade, guys. You can easily trade. Here I'm doing it again. I'm putting my position here on my third touch of my correction, and then my target, I'm targeting it to the beginning of my correction. This is where the correction started, regardless of what type of a structure. But then if I come across such structures, this is what I use, guys. This is what I use, and it totally works. It works. As you can see that even if the market moves more, but then you have to take note that your first take profit must be at the beginning of your correction. So, guys, if you can take note of this aspect, I think many things can be enlightened on your forex trading journey. So, like, keep on watching this video if you are, share it to your friends, and then subscribe to my channel for more content to be dropped. It's your boy sabzaQ.